Hello everyone, welcome back to AVL Education and hope you all are doing good. So in previous session we have completed multiple sensors. We have seen how we can use them. We have also seen that what kind of reading we can take from them like analog and digital, and we have also seen what is different between analog and digital sensors. Also we have seen how we can map the value to the desired range using the map function. But in today's sensor session, we are going to use different sensor, that is ultrasonic sensor, and we will use like LCD display, and we will print the value on LCD. So previously, what we were doing, we were printing the value on serial monitor, but in today's session, we will combine the two different session or two different projects and make a useful project out of them. So I hope that all of you have already completed the ultrasonic sensor and also the LCD LCD display. Okay. So in today's session we are going to combine them only, and I'm not going to do the complete session on LCD because that is different topic and it's already been covered. So in today's session I will just only show you the connection and we will move for the our project. So what we have done, we have like connected the LCD, and you can see the connections over here. So we have made a common like ground and common VCC, and also with the other side also we have connected them, and we have used your potentiometer. So you can see ground is connected and VCC is connected, and V naught we have given the V naught value, that is contrast control using the potentiometer. So what we have done, we have just connected the two terminal of the potentiometer with positive and negative, and the middle one we are taking as output and giving it to a contrast. And similarly RS and EN pin are going to be connected with the Arduino, and we will define that in the program, and RW is going to be connected with the ground. So LED have two terminals, and anode and cathode. So we have connected the cathode with the ground, and we have connected the anode with the 1 kilo ohm resistor, or you can use different resistor as per your need. Okay, and the D4 to D7 pin, that is display pins, have been connected with from 4 to 7. So like pin number 4 is connected with 4, 5 is connected with the 5, 6 with 6, and 7 with 7. So what we have done, I have shown you. So just going to place the display over here. So in today's session, what we also need to do, we are going to insert a ultrasonic sensor, and then we will see how we can use them. So when you open ultrasonic sensor, you will find there are two different type of sensor. So there are one is like I2C and other one is like 4 pin and 3 pin, two different sensor are there. So we are going to use the 4 pin ultrasonic sensor. So this connection have been completed, and now I am going to show you the other connection. So we are going to connect it over here. So there is ground, so we are going to connect the ground with the ground, and VCC with the VCC. Also we have two different pins like trigger and echo, so I am going to connect the trigger pin. with pin number 8, and the echo pin with other, we can say, pin number 9. So now you can see our connection has been made, and now I'm going to place the ultrasonic sensor. Okay, so our connection has been done. We have connected the ultrasonic sensor and our display sensor, display, that is a 1602 display. So now we are going to code them. So you all know that how whenever we use the LCD display, we have to include the liquid crystal, that is hashtag include liquid crystal.h. So I'm not going to explain the whole code over here because all of you have already done. So just only thing we are going to change, or we are going to uh, mention here, is that RSEN. So we know that we have that pin, that is RS pin connected with the 2 number pin. So I'm going to change it over here. So 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's been set up, and now we are going to define the trigger and echo pin of the ultrasonic sensor. So all of you know that ultrasonic sensor have two terminals, that is trigger and echo, and it have also two type of nodes. One is transmitter and another one is receiver. So trigger is this one which transmit the ultrasonic sound wave, and echo is receiver that receives the reflection, or we can say echo of the sound. So these two pins are there. So trigger is output pin and echo is input pin. So I'm going to define them over here, and then we will do the coding part. So let's see, we can define it as int or hashtag define, and then both ways are equally capable of doing the task, and but we are going to define it like normally how we define. So trigger, we have connected the trigger pin, that one is our trigger pin. So we have connected the trigger with 8 and echo is 9. So define your trigger equal to 8 and int echo going to be equal 9. So now declaration part have been completed. So we have like declared the pin connection. Now we are going to set up the pin. So mode of the pin will be defined over here. So pin mode, trigger, we know trigger is our output pin, and the echo will be our input pin because it receives the sound wave, reflection of the sound wave, or we can say echo generated by the sound. So echo is going to be our input pin. Okay. So our half of the programming, or we can say our half part has been completed. So let's see, check the connection that because we have connected the liquid crystal, and we have a just code in the loop that is shown here. So it is going to print this and delay for 2 seconds, and that will clear. It will set cursor to the line 2, and then it will print again same thing, and after the delay of 2 seconds it will clear. So let's check whether our code is working or our connection of the LCD is fine or not. So now it is fine, it is printing and changing the line as we have desired. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to see or show you that. So here we generally used to set the contrast. So potentiometer, when the right contrast is there, it will be visible, otherwise it would not be visible. So you can use the potentiometer. So now I'm going to erase all of this because we don't need this coding. I have just written this code just to check the connection and that our whole thing is fine or not. So it is of no need, but I will recommend you to check the connection first. Okay, so in coding section, what in the loop section, what we are going to do, we are going to like all of you know that how the ultrasonic sensor works. So when we trigger it, we wait for certain time and then we turn it off, and the simultaneously when we are turning it off or trigger pin is off or the sound generation is has been shut down, then simultaneously we start the reading the sensor, or we can say we start the reading the echo generation. So I will show in the code also that how we are going to read the echo pin and why we are reading after closing the trigger pin. So simply just we are going to digital write, over the trigger pin, and after the digital write what we will do, trigger will start to generate the sound wave. So digital write trigger comma high. So we have turned on the trigger pin, so this sensor started generating the sound wave, and that we will delay in microsecond. We are going to delay microsecond for 10 microseconds. So this is a very small time interval. That's we are doing because we need accuracy, or we can say we need a fast reading. So 10 microsecond is enough, because sensor is we are using it for very little distance, or we can say small distance sensor. So we could not read the higher or large distance in kilometers. So after 10 microsecond, what we are going to do, we are going to turn the trigger pin off. So when we turn it off, what we will do, we will start to read the echo pin. So simultaneously what we are going to, we have defined, let's suppose it will read the time taken by the sound wave to bounce back or come back. So I will explain, just let me write first. Pulse in echo comma so so I am going to explain this code. Listen everyone very carefully, because it is very important. in previous videos you might have seen this or you might know this, but if you don't know, it is going to be very useful. So look at these lines carefully. So what we have done, we have just digital right trigger high. So let's suppose we have turned the trigger pin high and there is any obstacle. What will happen? Sound wave will come and strike the obstacle and bounce back and return to the receiver pin, that is our echo pin. So what happens? Let's suppose we have started the sound wave and receiver started receiving the sound, but we don't know which sound wave or at what time it is taking to come back. But let's suppose after the delay of microsecond, that is 10 microseconds, if we turned off the trigger pin, what will happen? We know exact time when we have turned off. So let's suppose I have turned off the trigger pin. So we know that our last wave or last sound wave is released from the trigger pin or trigger side. So we have started like pulse in echo high. So we are sending or we are sensing the time until the echo is high. So we know that if there is any obstacle, what will happen? The last most sound wave will bounce back and will come back to the receiver. So we know that last one will take the time because we have started to read the time when the last release from our went away from here. So that's how we know the exact time the last sound wave have taken. So when last have gone from here, we have started reading the time, and it will read the time until the last one is reached here. So it is like going from here and coming back to the sensor again. So you all have also seen like uh, we have converted the distance. We have seen like we have a formula for distance like 0.034 multiplied by time and divided by 2. So this is like 0.034 centimeter per microsecond. So because we have the pulse in microsecond, so we are reading the time or recording the time in microsecond. So that's why we have converted it the speed of sound in microsecond. So sound takes like 0.034 centimeter in 1 microsecond. And because this time includes the going and coming back, both time, side of time is been recorded. So that's why we have divided it by 2. So now our distance has been like recorded, our time has been recorded. So now we are going to print it over LCD. So LCD dot print. So let's suppose if I am going to print the distance, I will write over here distance and I will I will do, I will set cursor to the different line. LCD dot set cursor to line 2. I will set cursor to line 2 like 0 comma 2, or maybe if I want to set it at certain other place like 6 comma 2. We will check it and we will like change it again, and then lcd dot print. I'm going to print the distance, value of distance over here. After printing, I will give a delay of maybe 10 milliseconds. Then I will clear the LCD. And again, either I can set the cursor. I will like before printing here, I must set the cursor to 00. LCD dot set cursor 010. So we have connected it. We have like introduced everything. Like we have defined the trigger and echo pin. Our we have already checked our LCD connection, so everything is fine. So now we are going to check the coding and the coding part. Let's if it works according to desired. So it's showing that there is a certain. So you can see that there is missing of like n is missing over here. We have defined distance over and distance is written over here. So we are going to change the over here distance. Okay, fine. Let's see what happens now. So let's see if it works fine. 72. So it's like it clearing the LCD very fast. So if we want to look at like we should what we should do, we should like give a more time before clearing it. So let's check if it is fine or not. Okay, so it's printing and it is working fine. So if you don't want to clear the LCD again and again, you can like delete this and it would not clear your LCD and it will start printing again and again. But because if you don't clear the LCD, what happens? It like it shows some certain problem. I will show what kind of problem it shows. So let's suppose it is printing and our distance is like 160. So if I change it, you will see if I go lesser than the 100, what will happen? The last digit would not be cleared. So that's why what happens? It clears it again and again. So see, so after at 900 it's showing like 900 at 91 centimeter. So what is happening over here that it is not clearing and printing over and over again. So that's why the last digit of the previous data is not been cleared. That's why it is showing 900. So that's why we are clearing the data. So make sure to clear data before printing. So if I'm not like you can clear the data after printing or you can clear the data before printing. So we can clear over here too. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to clear the data before printing. LCD dot so it's printing and clearing the data again and again. Okay, so that's fine. If I like let's see what happens if I remove the whole data, like a whole delay. Let's simulate. So you can see it is clearing after just printing and clearing, both the processes going on. So if you want to see the data, you must give some delay so that data could be visible properly. So you can increase it like maybe 1 second. So what will happen, it will check the data after every 1 second. But whenever we delay, we are delaying the process also. So let's suppose if I have put delay of 1 second over here, so it will not read the sensor until the delay is passed on. So after delay it will start the loop again, and then it will read the sensor. So until then it will wait for the delay. So that's why we should do the delay only that much is required. So we should not like the delay very much. Okay, fine. Thank you. So that's for today. Thank you everyone.